Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How is everyone? In this opportunity, I'm moderator. Leads me to lead this seminar. Beforehand, my to introduce or my team. Me, Nanda Aulia, this moderator, the speaker Intanu Ramadona, and keynote speaker Tamlika Maulani. Then I left to its to speaker.
Curiosity, a state of active interest or genuinely wanting to know more about something. Why is curiosity important? Here are four reasons. First, it makes your mind active instead of passive. Curious people always ask questions and search for answer in their mind. Their minds are always active. Two, it makes your mind observant of new ideas. When you are curious about something, your mind expects and anticipates new ideas related to it. Three, it opens up new worlds and possibilities. By being curious, you will be able to see new worlds and possibilities which are normally not visible. 4. It brings excitement into your life. The life of curious people is far from boring. There are always new things that attract their attention. There are always new toys to play with. Now, knowing the importance of curiosity, you should learn how to be more curious. How to develop curiosity? Here are some tips to develop it. First, keep an open mind. Be open to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Some things you know and believe might be wrong, and you should be prepared to accept this possibility and change your mind. Two, don't take things as granted. Never take things as granted. Try to dig deeper beneath the surface of what is around you. Three, ask questions relentlessly. Why, what, when, who, where, and how are the best friends of curious people. 4. Don't label something as boring. Curious people are unlikely to call something as boring. Instead, they always see it as a door to an exciting new world. 5. See learning as something fun. If you see learning as a burden, there's no way you will want to dig deeper into anything. That will just make the burden heavier. But if you think of learning as something fun, you will naturally want to dig deeper. 6. Read diverse kind of reading. Don't spend too much time on just one world. Take a look at another world. One easy way to do through this is through reading diverse kinds of reading. Curiosity is important for students to know and understand what cause and effect situations are. They should be able to identify an event that is responsible for the cause and for the cause that result in an event. Identifying these three things can help create analytical thinkers and minds that can work through complex problems. It will also help students socially. They will understand and be more willing to accept the consequence for their action, whether good or bad. Communicative is defined as the ability to communicate well. So the communicative approach is the approach used in the language teaching learning process to communicate well. The communicative approach wants to emphasize the function of language as a communication tool in the process of human interaction. Therefore, the communicative approach aims to make communicative competence the goal of language learning and to develop procedures for learning the four language skills: listening, reading, speaking, and writing. This approach was born as a result of the dissatisfaction of practitioners or language teachers who only prioritize mastery of grammar, putting aside the ability to communicate as the final expected form of language learning. So the communicative approach wants to emphasize the function of language as a communication tool in the process of human interaction. Communication here can also be in the form of oral or written communication. Creative attitudes and behavior that reflect innovation in various aspects of problem solving so that they always find new ways. Understanding. In general, creative understanding is an ability that exists in individuals or groups that allow them to make a breakthrough or certain approaches in solving problems in different ways. Creativity is manifested in various forms, including uh, idea. Creative creative thinking will produce unique and unthinkable ideas. Products made with a creative process. Of course, the resulting product cannot meet consumer expectation without creativity. Find a solution in overcoming existing problems. Meaning can be expressed directly or through short writing, books, or others. What are the characteristics of creative people? The characteristic of creative people are as follows. Often imagination. Those who often imagine most likely fall into the category of creative people. Generally, people who like to imagine have a right brain that is more dominant than the left brain. They are often referred to as realistic dreamers because they are able to make their imagination come true. Like challenges. For creative people, challenges and difficulties are something that can trigger enthusiasm. Easy to adapt. Creative people are individuals who can think quickly in finding ideas or ideas to solve problems. This makes them easy to adapt to the environment and likes to help solve problems at the same time. Easily feel bored. Creative people are often imaginative and they are always open to new things around them. This is what makes them tend to get bored easily and always want to try new things. Mysterious person. Creative people are easily influenced by mood swings that can make them unpredictable. Are you a creative person? So if you think you are a creative person, there are tips for you to become a creative person. Don't just fantasize, but find a way to make your fantasy come true. Try something ordinary in a different way. Discuss, exchange opinions or thoughts with others. Read a lot, both in media or online. Likes to read. The habit of taking the time to read news or information that is useful for oneself. Understanding. Reading is an activity of perceiving, interpreting, and analyzing, which is done by the reader to get the message conveyed by a writer in written media. Reading books is an activity that has many benefits for everyday life. What are the benefits of reading for us? Benefit of reading books can reduce stress, can stimulate mentally. Reading books can increase knowledge. Reading books to improve memory can add vocabulary, help stimulate analytical thinking skills, help improve concentration. There are so many benefits of reading books for us. So don't forget to take the time to read them. How can we not be lazy to read books? Read book review to convince. Trigger with light reading. Choose an interesting book. Keep the reading target. Read multiple pages per day. Give yourself a reward. Always carry a book everywhere.
Now the conclusion will be conveyed keynote speaker.
Conclusion. Like story reading habit are a very good and positive thing. Why is reading very good and positive? Because by reading we can find out new knowledge, can increase concentration, can increase memory, and help concentration. Reading is very influential for a student. Without reading, a student must have very little knowledge and a lack of reading can hinder his learning. So for a student, do not be lazy to read, okay?
Okay, I think it's seminar over. Sorry if there are any wrong words, and thank you for participation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.